going here. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, hold on. Okay. There we are. All right, everyone, I think we'll go ahead and call this meeting to order at 6:17 PM Mountain Time on August the 8th. And I'll go ahead and take roll call for everyone. So let's see who's here. Margie Creel, present. David Toledo.
Present.
Okay, Susan Baca.
Present.
Okay, and Kiani Upshaw Toya. Thought I saw her name. Oh, she's here. Okay, and LaDonna Yepa Sando, is she available? Is she here? She can't find the link. Okay. Let me try to get it to her. 1 second here. All right, so we do have a quorum. We did establish that we have a quorum, so we'll go ahead and get started. If everyone can take a look at the August 8th agenda. And Ms. Walters, are you recording this meeting?
Yes.
Okay, because it's a brand new ruling by the Public Education Department that the meetings have to be recorded and they have to be able to be listened to or viewed online. So that's just started on July the 1st, they said. All right, so we'll go ahead and record this meeting and if you can take a look forward at the agenda and see if we can approve it. If you want to add anything or change anything, then we have to make a motion to make changes, or we have to make a motion to approve this agenda. So go ahead and take a minute and look at it here, okay?
Margie, this is Tony.
Yes,
What about the PPP, the document we have to approve tonight?
if you need to add it into the agenda, then just ask if the board can make a motion to add it into whichever area that you think it should be added into.
The policies and procedures document for your approval, for the board
All right.
approval.
All right. Anybody see anything else that they need to change?
Looks good to me.
Margie, does it require a board member to introduce the policy procedure?
No, if he could, Susan said the agenda looks good, so she'll go ahead. I'm asking her to make a motion to approve the agenda and then add in the policies and procedures that need to be approved tonight.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with the addition of adding a motion for the policies and procedures.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll add that in after in Mr. Archuleta's principal area. We'll add in the policies and procedures and he can explain it to us and then we'll go from there. So we'll be C in the agenda of section 5, letter C, policies and procedures will be added into that. So we have a motion to approve this agenda for tonight's meeting with that addition. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, Kiani Upshaw Toya seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. The next item on our agenda is the meeting notes for July 18th. And Ms. Walters sent them to us. If you could take a look, or if you've already taken a look at it, if you can look and see if you can approve the meeting mini notes for the July 18th board meeting. And also, LaDonna Santos said she's waiting to get into the meeting, so if the host could let her in. Okay, LaDonna's in. All right, so we have all the board members present now on this meeting. All right, does anybody of the board want to make a motion to accept the meeting minutes from July 18th, or do there need to be any changes or corrections made on them?
I'll make a motion to accept the meeting minutes from the last meeting, July.
Okay, Susan Baca made a motion to accept the July 18th meeting minutes. Do I have a second?
I'll
Anybody?
second the motion.
Okay, Kiani Upshaw Toya seconded the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. And the next item on this agenda is a finance committee report. And we have the business manager's report, and we have Miss Lerner online with another member of K-12 accounting. If you could introduce him and let us know.
I'm Angie Lerner, and Greg, did you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, good evening, everyone. I am Greg Pinkston. I've worked with San Diego Riverside as an assistant for the last few years. I'm with K-12 accounting. Nice to meet you all.
And Greg is also a business manager now, so he's just kind of shadowing me because eventually he'll do some of these reports. But for the future, right now, I'm going to do them, or Chris.
Okay, welcome, Greg. Thanks for being here with us.
But I just wanted to have
Thank you.
him come see how I do the report for you guys.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Go
And
ahead.
of course, I will always still be available, but Greg is going to do a little bit more. But I'm still available. You can call me, and if I'm available for the meetings, of course, I will be here. So real quick before I begin the report, the lease assistance application is due next Thursday. And there was a document that was sent out to everyone to sign for the conflict of interest, meaning that no one, you don't make a profit from the building rental. And I believe I'm just missing a signature from, it's LaDonna. Am I saying it right?
Yes, okay, I'll
LaDonna.
go ahead and sign that one. Can
I just resent it to you. It's from Adobe, but I sent like a reminder. So I think when I send a reminder, it sends it to your email again so you can see it. And it's just an e-signature. Okay, so going over the reports, since it's the beginning of the year, there are no bars to report currently yet, because we're waiting to put in all the new all the staff into the software, and then we'll do some bars next month. Here is the financial review for expenditures so far for July. Not much has really happened other than we're trying to encumber all of our grants. There are a couple of grants I've been working with Mr. Archuleta on getting approval at PD. Since we switched from a district charter to an APS charter, it's a little bit of a rough start on getting access to the grant money to start spending it. They did tell us that once we're finished with the applications that we will receive the money. So I do know how much we're gonna get for Title I. But we saw, and I believe also Title IV, we just have to finalize the written grant part. But we're looking good so far on the expenditures, and we haven't done too many POs or anything for July. So it's real low on spending. Let's see, for budget, we've just the regular grants that we usually have here. And we will see more federal grants once everything's approved. IDAB is also one application that we're, Mr. Archuleta, that we have to work through.
Yes.
Expenditures by month, you can see that every July is very low and we're just within the same amount as every July. So we're on good track right there. And spending per student, really, we haven't spent too much. So this graph doesn't really show too much until we start paying teachers and spending some money on the students. July is usually a very slow month. You can see that we spent in July 55% towards instruction support. It will increase more as we start paying teachers. And then admin and central is very high. That's because most of the admin got paid in July, but not teachers as much. So we'll see that the instruction part goes up as the months progress. There's not too much on those graphs. You can see right here, our cash liquidity is about the same amount we were starting off last year. So, and we have been very conservative on hiring and all of that due to making sure that we can meet budget. So we're doing well on that. Were there any questions so far? There were not very many checks cut in July, but here are the check run. Harris School Solutions, that is the AptaFund software. That's a yearly one-time fee. NIMCA Risk is the insurance for the building and the students. That's a one-time fee as well. And then everything else is just normal checks. But
All
those
right, you go ahead and look at those checks really quick. I just got my,
oh, sorry.
yeah, my computer enlarged so I could see it. Harris School Solutions, you said that was from?
That's the accounting software that we pay for once a year. It's called AptaFund, but
Yeah.
the business that we pay for it is called Harris School Solutions.
It's like our old Skyward, is that it?
I think Skyward is more like
It was attendance and all that.
I think that's attendance. This is for the
Okay.
financials.
Okay, that's okay. And that's the amount that we pay every year. We only pay that once a year, right?
Correct. And it's at
Okay,
the end of every year. I believe our attendance software, it's a tad unusual, but we pay that one in like May or March is the renewal.
yeah, we just had paid it recently. That's why I was
Yeah,
thinking.
it's a tad weird where we pay that one towards the end of the year, not at the beginning. But the one for the financials we pay at the beginning.
Okay.
And NIMCA Risk Insurance also includes the buses and well, like the insurance for the buses and insurance for students in the property.
And the public payments at $250, that's the water bill. Is that like one for June and one for July, you think?
Let's see. Here's the check vouchers we can check right here.
In the USPS. Water to go, that's kind of high. I don't know if that was the bill probably that we used, that we had to pay them from in the school year, I bet you. There's public payments right there, 7-Eleven or 250.
It just says water and sewage.
Yeah, but there's two of them that you put. One was for the 18th and one was for the 11th. So.
Oh, right. So one was for the end of paying off the end for June.
Okay. All right. And then that other one, that the whoa. We paid $246 for our PO box rental?
That's a yearly expense, yes.
I know, but get this. Did you know that there's a federal law that if you cannot get mail delivered to your home or place of residence, you can rent a PO box at no charge? Did you guys know that? I
No,
don't pay for my PO box at the Pueblo because they do not bring home mail to my house. And they don't have a cluster box where they come in our neighborhood. So I fill out paperwork from the US government that I get a free PO box. And everyone should know that, and the tribe should be telling everybody about that. And at one time, I did have the school on that same type of program back a few years ago. And I don't know, maybe they didn't fill out the paperwork and they just started paying the bill, but I'll check into that again.
okay, yeah. I did not know that.
I got one too. Margie.
Yeah, it's a federal law that they have to bring mail to your house. They cannot force you to rent a PO box.
Hmm.
And you still have to be able to get your mail free of charge. So that's what's going on.
Were there any other questions on the checks?
Of those checks that we saw, I didn't see any. Does anybody else have any questions?
I didn't see anything.
Okay, I'm gonna move on. This is just the account summary report for the revenue. Let me know if you have questions, but it's basically just saying how much we're gonna have for our budget this current year. Any revenue that we got in July was actually for the RFRs for end of year. And I haven't had any issues on receiving any of that money or saying that they were declined. So I believe we're getting everything back. Here's the account summary report for July. And of course, not all of the teacher contracts are put in here yet. So that's why it'll show that we still have a lot of money left over, but that's because we're still putting them in. Their first payday is August 20th.
So, and again, Ms. Lerner, is it going to be like the regular staff that are salaried that get paid, teachers and all, that they will get a year-round paycheck, like you have their salary
I
split
currently,
over 12 months instead of 9 months,
Yes.
months, is that correct?
yes. And I
Okay,
believe
but the staff people are people on contract, they cannot do that, right?
the MOE ones we can, and the MOE ones that are mainly the educational assistants are on the same type of evenly paid, unless I do have one EA that asked to only get paid in real time because they had a separate job during the summer. And then the admin staff are also on, they're on an MOE, but they get paid equal increments throughout the 12 months, as long as when they submit their timesheets, it shows that they were working the full contracted amounts.
So who are the people that just get paid real time on contracts? Is that like the janitor and the kitchen help, or how does that work?
So it's there's one EA that wanted to be like that, and then the cook, the assistant cook, the lunch coordinator, any subs, and the custodian are hourly based off of time worked. And then of course, if we had a couple of people that were doing custodial work, and then there was one other person that was going to be fixing I think like a water cooler or something.
The air conditioning, yes.
Yeah, the air conditioning. That will also be a timesheet and paid for time worked.
Okay.
And then moving on, here, just the balance sheet report, not too much happened in July. But yes, we have been receiving all the money that was owed as of June 30th in July. And then right here, you can see on the bank reconciliation that it balanced. And then here are all the checks that cleared in July. And you can see all these down here, all these RFRs as requests for reimbursements. we got all the money back right here. Like we got our lease assistance back,
Oh, good.
the Ed Fellowship and a bunch of RFRs from the district. Because we were still getting, the district still owed us money as of June 30th. And then following that, starting now, we will start getting wire payments from PD.
Do you think that the district might still owe us some of our monies?
We'll do a we do reconciliations on if they owe anything extra for the RFRs. So we'll check to make sure.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we don't leave any money behind.
Right. But so far we've been getting everything. And then here are the outstanding checks. Most of them are dated for July or June. Oh, and I need to get rid of these. All these 0 were people that were on payroll but didn't have a didn't get paid. So that's why they're zeroed out. It's because I put in their jobs, but they hadn't started then
I
yet.
see. What about, what is that, low voltage, Albuquerque low voltage? Do you know what that is for almost $1,000?
Let me see. Mr. Archuleta, do you know what that was for?
Again, tell me.
Albuquerque low voltage.
They've been holding it way back since May. It's
No,
like a
no,
3-month-old check, so
I am not aware immediately.
we can
Sorry.
figure out what that one is. Also, that Wisconsin Center for Education Research,
That
is
is
that
testing.
curriculum or testing?
That's the
Okay.
that's the bilingual materials,
They
Hmm.
so they
And
invoice for the year after the year is over. So that was for last year.
you
And
see-
they invoiced at the very end of the year.
okay, and then what about Workforce Solutions?
That is so what that is it's a wire payment. And then we set the date to come out as of that, but I will check to see what's going on with that one. Oh, wait, it
No,
hasn't.
but what is it for?
Oh, you have to file for workman's comp insurance. So
I
the amount
see.
for that.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if sometimes you know how you use Workforce Solutions to look for place job ads or something like that. I didn't know if that was that, but I get you. It's workman's comp or something else with the state. I understand. Insurance with the state. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions on this part of the bank account reconciliation report? All right, we'll go ahead and move on.
And then this is just all the account codes that go with the bank reconciliation. It just shows all the funds that we use. Let me know if you have questions, but this is the same thing that I showed before with all the checks, except now you have the account codes. And then here's the bank statement.
Okay.
This takes a while to load. You can see all of the deposits coming in. And then these are all the checks that
Good
cleared.
checks. Okay.
And that was it.
Great.
Were there,
Mhm.
were there any other questions?
Anybody have any other questions for Ms. Lerner? Or for K-12 accounting? I know that you just said that whatever principal that we get that's helping us out and helping us this year at the school, we want to make sure that they have a CPO licensure, which is would help with all of the accounting stuff at our school. Is that correct?
So every school needs a chief procurement officer. Currently, we're on a waiver and I am the CPO, but I'm on a waiver because since I'm a contractor, they don't want contractors to be your CPO because you would actually need to do procurement on yourself. So some employee needs to be the CPO, which it's usually the principal, or if they don't want to do it, you could also have someone like the front receptionist, like Shawnee, be that, or if you have someone like an assistant principal, they could also do that. But the trainings there's usually trainings in October that they can go to.
I believe that we will have to check with the principals from Molotov Charter High. They have 4 people with administrative licensure, and we'll see if any of those have a CPO license. And then if so, we will probably use their name since we're collaborating with them. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I would ask them, they might, and if they have someone else on site that is a CPO, we could always do a short stipend to them and have them be our schools as well.
I see.
And we would make them an employee, pay them as on a stipend to be the schools. I've had a school do that before too. And then I just need the board, and it's also on recording. The board needs to vote on and approve the bank reconciliation and cash disbursements as of July 2024.
Okay, so I just need a motion from the board, a board member to approve the financials, the bank reconciliations, and the cash disbursements. Anyone on the board can do that?
Mhm.
I make a motion to approve the financials and the cash disbursement
As of
Okay.
July.
I'll second.
as of July 20th, 2024.
Oh.
All right, I have a motion from David Toledo to approve the bank reconciliation and cash disbursements in the financials as of July 2024. Do I have a second?
I second.
Susan Baca, second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Hey,
Any
Aye.
opposed? Okay, motion carried. Thank you, Ms. Lerner. Thank you, Greg. And if we have any other questions, we will get back with you. I do have one thing really quick. Did you get to meet with the teachers on Zoom today?
Yes, we did.
And how did everything go with that? Because I'm so glad that Ms. Lerner took the time, because at the orientation on August the 5th, the teachers were asking if she could come and be available to answer their questions, because they had some questions that went through me, but they had other questions. They wanted to talk to her directly, and she set up a meeting on Zoom with the staff today at 1 p.m. So how did that go? If you could tell us really quick.
It went well. And then we had them come in one at a time if they had personal questions that they didn't want everyone to know about.
Shoot.
Thank
And
you, Angie. I went very well.
their
Staff was
questions.
very happy.
Yeah, and of course, if they have further questions, you can give them my cell phone number. They can call or text message me. They just tell me who it is, and they can email, but I know most of them were saying they don't like to use email. But it went well. Were there any other questions?
Thank you. I lost you all. So go ahead.
thank you, Angie.
The meeting went well, and
Great.
they can all have my phone number, and they can call or text message me, because I know a lot of them don't like to use their email, or they don't have a computer with them right then.
At the meeting, I did give them your phone number and your email address, and I did tell them that your phone number is a cell phone that takes text messages, so they took it all down. They may contact you, but thank you for doing that for them, okay?
And I did have a couple reach out, just if they could text message me their name, so I know what they're talking about.
Okay, great. All right, thank you for the financials, and thank you for that. And we'll go ahead and move on to the next part of our agenda. Are you gonna go ahead and leave us?
I'm gonna stay on for, I'll stay on until you guys go to closed session.
Okay, yes, stay with us for a little bit. We'll go on and see. The next item on the agenda is the principal's report, which is Mr. Archuleta. He did send it over to the board, but if you could go ahead and go over that with us, Mr. Archuleta.
Thank you. Madam Chair, members of the board, yes, thank you so much. I want to report to you that we had a great week. We had an enthusiastic group of students. We started with 50. I provided you with a breakdown. It was positive. It was very positive. Parents that came were positive. I just want to share with you that it felt good that the kids were there, considering we didn't have transportation. So last year we had 59 kids. Today I had 50. We had four kids two kids that went to the valley and two moved to Naka. But again, I just want to impress upon you that the staff was very pleased that they all came on the first day. We had a ceremony with the veterans, Mr. Odell Fragua. He came, gave us the new flag. We had a ceremony there, and we had the allegiance both in Poa, English, and Spanish. So it was very, very meaningful. It was a delightful day to say that. Right? It's good to start a year with positive notes, positive vibrations. So I'm pleased. You know, of course, the stress is there, but all in all, the esprit de corps, the spirit is there. So I'm delighted. The following, we have a new custodian, and I'm really happy he is on the ball. I asked the kids, do you notice anything in your school? Said, yes, the restrooms are clean, okay? And so I'm very happy about that. I included that Angie Lerner presented to us. They were happy. They felt their needs are being addressed and are being recognized. I want to thank you, Angie, for being there today. That's meaningful. Parents, staff, everybody wants to be recognized and be appreciated for their efforts. So again, we had a meeting. The staff had a meeting. It was really probably the nicest meeting we've had in terms of collaboration, in terms of talking about the schedule and the content and who's where and that sort of thing. So again, I feel good about it. I want to encourage you to come visit me. What other matters are on my report, Margie, that I need to address? Well, let me share with you. We have the STARS program that we need to address, and the Valley did the STARS for us last year. They will not be doing it for us this coming year, but they're offering their services, of course, with a stipend, through an invoice. But it's we need to be in compliance, so I'll be sharing that with you. Any other thing that I have on my report that you would like for me to address?
I just want to go over it really quick because if not everybody who's listening online who didn't get to see it, it's that Mr. Archuleta gave a principal's report, and as of August 7th, which was yesterday, that 50 students that reported to school, which was 6 kindergarten students, 5 first grade students, 7 second grade students, 5 third grade students, 9 fourth grade students, 3 fifth grade students, and 8 sixth graders, 4 seventh graders, 4 eighth graders. So the total enrollment right now is 50. So I'm hoping that we still need to do some recruiting and get some more students involved. We ended the school, like he said, last year with 59. So it was, it's a great start. We just need to we were hoping to get maybe 75 this year. So we have about 25 to go, which is quite a lot, but maybe with all of our collaboration with Walatoa Charter and all, they could help us get our numbers up. And then you did mention about the flag raising ceremony with Mr. Frauer And that Wilma Gotchpin is a military veteran herself, and she introduced him and acknowledged his service. And then they gave us a new flag and raised it at the school today. So that was very meaningful for us to start the year that way. And the STARS program, I don't know about how we would be working with Jemez Valley Public Schools on that and their administration and having them do that. I think the STARS program is the attendance and we did pay a lot of money to get a new program, and that all the teachers were trained on it last year, and they might need a refresher course. So I think there is that we would do it ourselves and not pay the district for them to do it. That's how I feel right now. I'm not sure exactly how that will go, but I just want to throw that out there. Angie had her Zoom meeting, emails to staff, parents, guardians, and all were sent out with critical information on dates, times, and clear communication. Let's see, you said any concerns, you said they should contact the principal. Mr. Dominic Toya is providing necessary parts to repair the air conditioning in the building. The cafeteria's air conditioning is working really well. The main school building itself needs to have repairs done to their air conditioner. And the principal has purchased a lock for the entrance of the door to the cafeteria. And Mr. Dennis from the tribal maintenance office said that he would come and cut out the old lock and put in a new one, which is great. Also that the Los Alamos National Laboratory donated us school supplies and backpacks, and they were all given out to every student today. So we have to get the teachers out there to have their students write a thank you note to them, because the school supplies are very much appreciated from all of us here. And I think that was all that you said, except for the staff and students seemed excited, enthusiastic toward the new school year. It is imperative that we as leaders at the San Diego Riverside Charter School demonstrate support and encouragement to our community and to our school. So I thank you for that. And that was his principal's report. If anybody has any questions on the principal's report, you can go ahead and say something now. If not, we'll go on to the next item on the agenda. Okay. All right, the next item on the agenda is a collaboration with Waltoa Charter High. Mr. Archuleta, are we still working out the MOUs with sharing of services, middle school teachers, cafeteria duties, principals, things like that? Do you have
Yeah.
any MOUs from them yet as of
No.
right now?
And my recommendation is you and I and Arrow and members of their staff and possibly their board get together and finalize that MOU.
And
And
our board too.
so that we can hit the ground running and get their staff to come and render instructional services to us in the areas of science, math, and English.
All right, we'll have to do that very soon, so.
Yes,
with
thank you
them,
for saying
I
that.
thought
Very
somebody from the school, from the Waltoa Charter might be online with us, either Ms. Shaw, Dr. Commander, or Dr. Wilkinson, but I haven't seen or heard any from them tonight, so maybe, I'm not sure if they didn't know about the meeting or not, but we have to make sure to get on board with them. So the next item on the agenda is what was
I believe she got kicked out. We'll just wait for her to come back.
Yeah, sounds good. It looks like she lost connection.
Yeah.
Hey, Shondine, what's going on?
Margie got kicked off. I don't see her in
Oh, okay.
the room anymore. So I'm just gonna wait until she comes back on. She's here now. Cool.
Sorry, y'all, I keep getting kicked off the internet. I'm back in now. So, Mr. Archuleta, we're gonna talk about the policies and procedures that we added as the agenda item under your reports.
That policies and procedures were mailed to all board members, included. And we'd like for you to approve it so that we can move on with the MOU with Walatoa.
Okay, I did get a policies and procedures sent to us by Pat Pecos. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about the one that Valerie sent to you. In fact, if you recall that meeting we had with Corina, she had asked about us, and I told them that we had all had input on those policies and procedures.
Does everybody have a copy of it?
Margie, can I interrupt? There are two different documents. One is for the parent student handbook, and the one that last year I had revamped and sent you a copy is for the staff handbook. So that's a different handbook. And it was a redo of Karen Mayhew's. And we already had it. I know that Shondine has a copy. We even gave a copy to that new math teacher last year, but that's a different one. So there's two separate documents.
Okay, but what are we talking about in this agenda that we're approving tonight, Mr. Archuleta?
The policies and procedures, the one that was sent to you by
Valerie
Mr.
Shaw?
They're different, Mrs. Pecos. We're talking about an entirely different animal, okay?
Right. That's what I'm
Policy-
trying to explain to her. Yeah.
I understand, but let's go ahead and look at the one that we need to approve tonight right now. I did see the one that Ms. Pecos sent us. There was a lot of red items on it, so I guess it's still in draft form with the red, mixed in with like probably the changes that we need to make. So we need to look over that sometime, but let's go ahead and approve the one that we need to approve
Yes.
that the PED is waiting for us to approve. So if you can let us know where that one is, and we'll pull it up and go over that. Do you have it, Mr. Archuleta? Do you know where it is or when Ms. Shaw sent it to us?
Mrs. Shaw sent it to you some time ago, and we have not acted on it. But that policies and procedures are critical for the agreement between the two the school units. So I would strongly recommend. It's a living document. It's a document that can be modified and modified and changed as need be. So I think it's for the purpose of the MOU between the two units, I strongly recommend that you approve it tonight with the condition that if any changes need to be made or changed, that at our next board meeting we can have those modifications if necessary.
Okay, we just can't prove something that nobody remembers receiving, so I'm trying to see if anybody has it pulled up or anything, or if anybody on the board has any information about what Mr. Archuleta is talking about, we need to approve. I know we have a renewal condition compliance information from the PED, but that's not an MOU. That's like 9 pages.
I don't remember that, but I do remember her sending a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if it's all in there. I'd have to go back and really look.
That's what I do know that we did approve when we had some board members there and we had a quorum. It was David Toledo, myself, and LaDonna Sando that was at an April 19th meeting that we did approve collaboration between the two. Toward Charter High and the San Diego Riverside Charter School. So that was back in April. I don't know if anything has been sent since then. Let me just look really quick here.
But
I guess
Marjorie, Aaron Wilkinson and Shaw have told me that they have emailed you the policies and procedures to all of the governing council.
Oh, I'm sure they have. That's what I'm just saying, but for us to approve it, we need to look at it and see, and we're not pulling it up right now. So like
Can you
you
just,
said-
excuse me, this is Bernadette. So I
Yes?
just asked Ms. Shaw about it, and she said that it is in the San Diego Riverside Charter Schools shared drive, but that if you guys want her to send it to you, she can.
If she could, because I don't know unless you want to get into the shared drive or have Ms. Walters get in the shared drive and bring it up so that we can view it, but we can't approve something without looking at it.
Okay, I just let her know to send it to all of you. Email it.
Thank you. Still looking for mine. Okay, here is it. It's coming, it looks like from Christina Commander. Here it is. Yeah, here it is. I think. Let me forward it. Okay, all of you, it should be in your email right now, if you can take a look at it. It says professional services contract between the San Diego Riverside Charter School and Valerie Shaw. So it doesn't look like it, no, this is not. And then with Christina Commander. With Aaron Cajero. There's 18 pages, Troy Meek. So they're actually what it is that Francine Garcia, they're listing all of their staff, David Tron, Ron Kruger, Era Wilkinson, Mary Warner. And so those are all the people that they're listing in this agreement, it looks like, of 18 pages, that they have the informations to assist with everything. And they want to pay an educational stipend amount of $25,000 per person for each one of these people's professional services.
How much was it?
It's I just had sent it out to everyone. It's called the professional services contract between San Diego Riverside Charter School and then it has different teachers.
But that's something different, Margie.
Right.
What we're talking about is the policies and procedures. That's the proposed MOU. And that is an entirely different document.
Yeah, so we can't do that. We'll have to table that and might have to have a special meeting for that until we get the exact information of what we need on that, okay?
Good idea, Margie. Thank you. We can have
if
a
someone
one-item
could-
agenda
If
meeting.
yeah, we could have a item agenda when we meet for a special meeting, and then we can go over the rest of these contracts because we can't approve them tonight either. So if someone could make a motion to table the policies and procedures that was added to this agenda until our next board meeting.
I'll make a motion to table the policies and procedures until we have them in order.
Okay, great. So Susan Baca made a motion to table the policies and procedures. Do I have a second? LaDonna. Okay, LaDonna Yepasando seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Okay, motion carried. So
Thank
yes,
you,
we
board.
just
Thank
need
you,
more
board.
information on that. So thank you for that. Yes, we'll go on to the next item, which is on our agenda. Which is public comment right now. If is there any public comment that wants to be made? Everyone gets like 2 minutes each to make a public comment. Right now, if anybody wants to speak, or they can make their comment in Zoom chat. Okay, if we don't have any public comments.
Okay, so this is Bernadette again.
Uh-huh.
One of the questions I know that's been coming up from the staff is about the security system. Is there any progress on that?
We had made progress on putting cameras in the security system around the school several months ago. And then when we were collaborating with the Waltoa Charter is using a Johnson control system, and Dr. Wilkinson Arrow, he said that he would go ahead and check and see if Johnson Control will be able to do our school and his school together, and if we have them under both a contract for both schools, that we might be able to get a discount. So that's what he had just brought that up. But yes, we will get that done here really, really quickly, because we do want that cameras around our school, especially this year. Anybody coming around the school or the playground or anything after hours, we need to be watching. So that's where we are on that right now. And he just mentioned that about on July 31st to me. So he was checking into that, and I don't have any updates on that right now.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anybody have anything else? Okay, so we'll go on to the next item on the agenda is the announcements. And the second Thursday in September is going to be September 12th. So we'll go ahead and announce that our next regularly scheduled board meeting will be on Thursday, September 12th at 6 p.m. And that's all. I just need, it's about 7:12 p.m. I just need a motion from a board member to leave the regularly scheduled board meeting and go into closed session to executive session right now.
I'll make a motion to the regular scheduled meeting and go into executive session.
Okay, Susan Baca made a motion to leave the regularly scheduled board meeting and go to executive section. Do I have a second? From any board member?
I'll second it.
Okay, David Toledo second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carried. We'll go ahead and go to executive session and then we'll resume and reconvene in the open meeting when we're finished. So thank you very much.
All right, Greg and I are gonna go, but it was a pleasure seeing you guys and we'll see you next month.
Thank you, Angie.
Thank you for working so hard for us. I appreciate you and thank you, Greg, for being here and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys.
That was good.
Thank you. Happy new school year.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right. So, Ms. Walters, if you have if you guys hit the leave button on the side, that should be say leave meeting or leave to breakout. So I think the host will set that up for us here in a minute.
Give me 1 minute.
Sure.
Tony Archuleta.
What do we do?
1 moment. It should work now.
I see it. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, we have returned from executive session at 8:38 p.m. Mountain Time. And we will only limited personnel matters were discussed, no action items were taken in executive session. And as we return to the meeting, the last item on the agenda is adjournment. So if we can get a motion to adjourn the meeting and second it, we'll go ahead and leave the meeting.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 8:39.
Okay, County Upshot Toya made a motion to adjourn the meeting at 8:39 p.m. Do I have a second? Anybody on the board?
I second the motion.
Okay, LaDonna Yepasando second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carried, meeting adjourned. I appreciate it. Thank you, Ms. Walters, for hosting the meeting and thank you for being there. We'll go ahead and leave now. Thank you very much.